Just 12 just last week, so that number is continuing to grow. Captain Clay Hammock with Compact 2020 says since these products are still new to the market, we don't know the long-term effects. What concerns him is that students are gravitating towards these products and using them. In fact, he says 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and he's also seeing kids younger than high school using these.
Many of our high school age students, and we've even seen students as young as middle school, beginning earlier and earlier experimenting with vapes, e-cigarettes, or most commonly Juuls. And I think the evolving trend is somewhat of a social norming in the sense that there's misinformation out there. Our students are not truly aware of the real and present dangers associated with vaping.
And according to the Alabama Department of Public Health, some of those dangers include respiratory problems and can affect the brain development in teens. Now, Captain Hammock says these products were intended to help an adult smoker quit cigarettes, but he blames the manufacturer who has marketed these products to kids. Coming up in the next half hour, hear how teens are using these products and exactly what they're putting in there that you may not know. For now, live in the newsroom, Hillary Simon, CBS 42 News local coverage you can count on.
CBS 42 is your local election headquarters. The primary for the 2020 U.S. Senate race quickly approaching. New polling numbers out this morning show a tight race. The Alabama Farmers Federation shows Jeff Sessions with a 5-point lead over Tommy Tuberville. Bradley Byrne and Roy Moore placed 3rd and 4th respectively. The group's political action committee is endorsing Tommy Tuberville in the race. But CBS 42 political analyst Steve Flowers warns even though the primary is coming up soon, it's still rather early.
This is still real early. I mean, you're more than 3 months away from the primary, so you know it's still a while away. I don't think people are concentrating. I think the early polling indicates name identification, but I think Sessions is the man to beat in that race.
Well, we're still waiting to see whether or not the president will endorse a candidate ahead of the primary, which is on March 3rd.
The founder of the Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center in Birmingham is being honored with a prestigious award in Washington, D.C. Dr. James Andrews will receive the Horatio Alger Award in April. The award honors 14 people nationwide who have overcome humble beginnings and adversity to achieve success and make an impact on their community. Andrews is a team orthopedic surgeon for Auburn University and the University of Alabama and is renowned for operating on legendary athletes including Jack Nicklaus, Roger Clemens, and Drew Brees.
Happening today, the general manager of the Hoover Metropolitan Complex will deliver an end-of-the-year report to the Hoover City Council. That report will be given during the City Council's work session and will address the levels of community use the Hoover Met saw this year, along with a reported increase in the pace of business. It will also cover the economic impact on the city. That's happening this evening, 5 p.m. at Hoover City Hall.
Continuing coverage now, UAB Hospital is being recognized as a top hospital for its heart health care. The hospital was named one of the nation's 50 top cardiovascular hospitals by IBM Watson Health. The study spotlights the top performing cardiovascular hospitals in the U.S. It's based on a scorecard of clinical, operational, and patient satisfaction data.
And happening today, CBS 42 is partnering with Make-A-Wish Alabama. This is all day. It's part of the first Wishes Can't Wait telethon.
Make-A-Wish Alabama works with volunteers and supporters to grant the wishes of children diagnosed with critical illnesses.
And CBS 42's Ariana Garza live now to tell us how you can get involved. This is really important, Ariana.
Oh, it really is, Art and Alyssa. You can text or call in your donation. A donation of any size helps kids right here in Central Alabama. And this is the first time Make-A-Wish Alabama has organized a telethon for the Birmingham area. Later this afternoon, several mayors from local cities will also be joining us in studio for this event, including the mayors of Birmingham, Gardendale, and Hoover. Volunteers help the children choose their wish from 4 categories, like a trip, meeting a celebrity, being a special person for a day, or having something special. And any size of donation helps make these wishes happen.
A lot of times people think, well, I don't have the ability to give as much to make a difference. But when we get these $10 and $20 donations and we get 200 of those or we get 100 of those, that's what starts making an impact.
The telethon will begin at 4 p.m. and run until 7 p.m. But if you just can't wait to donate, you can text this number on your screen. You text WISHES to 243725. Again, that's 243725. Now, coming up in the next half hour, we'll share why granting these wishes is so important, not just for the child, but for their families too. Art?
All right, Ariana, thanks a lot. Continuing coverage of UAB Medicine's Toy Drive. Through the Drive with Salvation Army, more than 150 bikes and toys were donated for children in need. Employees say it's just their way of giving back to the community outside of the hospital walls.
It just starts the spirit of giving. I mean, we help our patients, we give to our patients. Now we're giving outside of the hospital to others. Everyone wants a happy Christmas. And if we can help with that, that's what we're supposed to do.
This is the 4th year UAB Medicine has held this event.
Coming up this weekend, a chance to enjoy a basketball game and receive some life-saving information. The Mike's Live Invitational will take place Saturday at the Legacy Arena at the BJCC. This is an annual basketball event developed to support the Mike's Live Foundation. The foundation's mission is to end prostate cancer through research and education. Coming up at 6:45, we'll have more on the Mike's Live Invitational and the work of that foundation.
Let's check the time for you right now, 5:40, still ahead. An update on a controversial rezoning request.
What we've learned about the petition to rezone an area for an assisted living facility. Nate?
Now we're looking down over the bright lights of the Magic City. Things looking good, but clear and cool to start off the day. We've got clouds ahead and rain chances too in the forecast. We'll have that for you coming up, Art.
Also an update on the Cooper Green Medical Center, what's next for the hospital in the new year. We'll have that for you after the break.
You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News with local coverage you can count on. And another reminder here about our Make-A-Wish Alabama Wishes Can't Wait Telethon. A telethon gets started at 4 p.m., but you can text throughout the day. Just text WISHES to 243725. We'll be right back.
You're watching CBS 42, local coverage you can count on with Art Franklin, Alyssa Rothernick, meteorologist Nate Harrington, and real-time traffic with Michelle Logan. This is the CBS 42 Morning News with Art Franklin.
CBS 42 News Update. We're learning more about the upcoming partnership between Jefferson County and UAB to operate Cooper Green Mercy Hospital. Jefferson County Manager Tony Patella says the transition to the Cooper Green Mercy Health Services Authority is expected to take place in April. Services will continue in the current Cooper Green facility with the current staff. Patella says they're planning to move to a new facility in the coming years, which would save the county more millions of dollars.
Just on the utility costs of electricity, gas, water, sewer, that we're paying $1.2 million a year now, that number would drop to about $200,000. When you look at the maintenance in the building, you're looking at probably close to $1 million a year on maintaining the old building.
Well, Cooper Green employees will have the ability to keep their pension and benefits with Jefferson County.
A CBS 42 update this morning on a story we've been following for the past week. A petition for rezoning in Vestavia Hills is withdrawn. That's according to a group protesting the rezoning. This comes after questions and concerns from neighbors over a proposed assisted living facility. The proposed site was set to be between Rocky Ridge and Altadena Road. Neighbors worried it could drive up traffic in an already populated area. A public hearing was set to be held today over that rezoning request, but we've learned it was withdrawn, so the public hearing has been canceled.
In health news, health experts say Alabama's infant mortality rate is at a record low. The state health department says the 2018 rate of 7 deaths per 1,000 live births is the lowest in state history. Officials say sudden, unexpected infant deaths, a leading cause of deaths in infants in the state, dropped by 37% last year. The state says there's still a disparity in the rates for white and African American babies.
Patients at Children's of Alabama got to watch Vulcan's holiday light show. Christmas music played along as the Vulcan flashed different colors. We spoke to organizers who say the light show makes Christmas in the hospital just a little bit better.
I hope they take from it that Christmas is everywhere, you know, whether you're at home or whether you're in the hospital, and that Santa will always find you and know exactly where you are, and that they have a good time and are happy.
This is the second year they've had the light show for the children to enjoy. And take a look at these holiday lights in Hoover last night. This is on Eden Ridge Drive. Plenty of homes decorated for the season as we get closer to Christmas, with just 2 weekends left until the big day. It's one of my favorite annual traditions, is driving around, some hot chocolate, looking at everybody's decorations.
Everybody else's decorations? Yes, yes indeed. I don't have the patience, nor the time, nor the effort really involved to do that, but I love it when other people do.
Yeah.
I love the Christmas season around here, and a lot of people in the spirit here in the state. Yep.
Fifth most, in fact, in the country.
That's
but,
right.
It's cold outside, so we're feeling like we're getting closer to Christmas.
It definitely feels like December for sure, although as we go throughout the next 7 days, we're going to have some up and down weather here in the forecast. So we'll check that out in a second. Right now, over downtown Birmingham, got the bright lights, but temperatures aren't too chilly here. It's cool, 35 now, but you look at some of the other spots, comparatively speaking, you got 10 degrees colder than that in Jasper right now at 25, 26 in Hamilton, 28 in Asheville, and in Gadsden, 30 right now in Talladega. So there are definitely some spots that are much colder than others as we start off our Thursday morning. Northerly winds now, but as we go through the morning and early afternoon, those winds will start to switch around to a more southerly direction. That will modify the atmosphere. We go from dry to the atmosphere starting to take on a little bit more moisture in the air, and that will lead to more clouds later this afternoon. It wouldn't shock me at all to see a couple of showers down in our southeastern counties, either for later on this afternoon and as we go through the evening time hours, but most of us will stay dry. So we'll just say clouds increase and it stays cool, cooler than average, mid-50s for afternoon highs. Then for tonight, the clouds will stay put. We'll see a few showers around, only about a 20% chance. I think our real rain chances, though, come into play by Friday. So we look at the big picture here over the Deep South. Now, upper level feature will be the driving force for the rain that we see around here for the next 24 to 36 hours. A surface low down in the Gulf of Mexico will provide the clouds for today and for tomorrow, and will also focus rain chances more on East Alabama by Friday night. As this low continues to track through Florida and Georgia, I think most of the rain for Friday, say after sunset, and shortly thereafter, I think most of that will be in East Alabama while the weather clears on out for the weekend. So we look at temperatures and you find numbers in the 50s and 40s for tomorrow, and that is just a sign of no real big thunderstorm chances. I think we just have light and moderate rain, kind of a cold rain for tomorrow. Most of us will see at least a little bit. I think folks in East Alabama will see the rain during the evening time hours, but a good chance of showers everywhere during the morning hours, and this will be very light stuff. We're not expecting much accumulation at all for the morning. By the afternoon, I think the heavier rain will be in East Alabama, and then things will dry out progressively throughout the day. This is not going to be a repeat of what we had on Tuesday, where we just had all day rain. In some spots it was heavy. That is not going to be the case here. It's a little bit different. So rain will be likely, but it's going to be fairly light for Friday. Clouds will clear out for Saturday. Should be a pretty nice start to the weekend, and Sunday should be nice too, with yet another chance of rain as we go through Monday with drier and cooler weather Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. That is your forecast. Now, Michelle's in with a check of real-time traffic.
Thanks, Nate. Our traffic alert unit showing traffic looking good here on 5920 in Ensley this morning. No trouble spots if you're headed in from Tuscaloosa or Bessemer this morning. And then switching gears to this live look of Interstate 20 right near Barber Motorsport shows traffic really moving along on both sides of the road with no issues. So smooth sailing all the way in from East Alabama this morning. Check out these drive times. Pell City into Birmingham, a half-hour commute, 4:59 into downtown, less than a 10-minute ride. Over to you.
All right, Michelle, thanks a lot. The completion of the I-5920 bridge project in downtown Birmingham is planned for early next year. Take a look at this view of the progress from Air 42. Now, back in October, crews completed the installation of the segments for the main line bridges of 5029. Contractors are shooting for possibly a mid-January completion date.
Continuing coverage out of Birmingham this morning, the Red Mountain Theater Company unveils its new art campus. They held a groundbreaking ceremony yesterday. The new campus costs about $25 million and has been decades in the making. The campus includes state-of-the-art rehearsal classroom spaces and a 400-seat theater. The executive director says the company will have more of an impact because of the new facility.
There are no words to express our enthusiasm. To bring all of our energy under one roof, we'll be able to press that energy out into the community, doing so much more as we enrich and engage and educate through the arts.
The new arts campus is located in the heart of Birmingham on 3rd Avenue South, right next to Regents Field.
A Birmingham holiday tradition returns this week is the walkthrough nativity at Briarwood Presbyterian Church. The free event runs from 6:45 until 8:45 through Friday. Free coffee, hot chocolate, and cookies all served along that walk. For more information, go to CBS42.com or on our CBS 42 News app.
Happening tomorrow, the Birmingham Police Department hosting its first holiday gala, all for a good cause. The gala will benefit the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders at Children's of Alabama. Organizers say this is a great way for the community to get to know the officers who serve their communities. It takes place tomorrow night at the Harbert Center. Attire is semi-formal. Tickets are $45 per person, and it runs from 7 p.m. until midnight.
And you can just dance the night away.
Absolutely. It's the time of year for that.
It is. And it is 5:51 right now. We've got more news ahead.
The stories you need to know before you go, coming up next.
Stay with us. You're watching the CBS 42 Morning News with local coverage you can count on. is 5:54. Let us hope you get your morning started.
Here's a look at the stories you need to know before you go.
Yeah, happening today, former Birmingham Waterworks chairwoman Sherry Lewis is expected in court for sentencing. She was convicted on ethics violations back in October.
The Tuscaloosa Fraternal Order of Police will honor fallen Tuscaloosa officer Dornell Cousette at their annual holiday dinner tonight. Cousette was killed in the line of duty in September while attempting to serve a warrant.
The annual Jingle Bell Run happening on Saturday. It's at Railroad Park in downtown Birmingham. It's a fundraiser for the Arthritis Foundation. CBS 42 is a proud sponsor of the event.
And happening today, CBS 42 is partnering with Make-A-Wish Alabama for the first Wishes Can't Wait telethon. It runs from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. You'll hear from local leaders who will be answering your calls right here on CBS 42 and on CBS42.com. Michelle?
Well, Alyssa, yesterday we had a crazy day in the traffic department. This morning, though, much better news from the traffic department as we are accident-free. We've got Captain Al out in our traffic alert unit now on 5920 in Bessemer to let you know when any trouble spots may arise. But for the time being, nothing but good news as far as these travel times go. Hoover into downtown on 65 North, less than 10 minutes. Nate?
And we're starting to see that first glow of sunrise early this morning over in Anniston. Yesterday we had some clouds around. This morning, nothing doing there. Absolutely clear sky, and that's how it is across most of central Alabama, but a little bit different by later this afternoon. The clear sky will give way to clouds later on, and temperatures will put the brakes on as far as rising. Numbers in the mid-50s as far as afternoon highs go for today. A little below average, but a little warmer than it was yesterday, that's for sure. We'll see rain likely for Friday. Clouds will be clearing out Saturday. It should be a pretty nice weekend overall. And then more rain likely on Monday with cooler temperatures by midweek next week. I was kind of looking at some data, the long range forecast for Christmas. Looks like temperatures will be a little above average. I mean, that's still a couple of weeks away, but still above average temperatures. Not really, any winter weather in that forecast. So
Long range forecast.
long range, things can change.
Subject to
folks.
change.
Yes.
They are.
We can hope.
You know, we moved Tennis Tuesday to Tennis Saturday morning, too.
That should be perfect.
Okay, good deal. All right. News does not stop here.
The CBS 42 Morning News continues in 2.5 minutes.
Good morning. It is 6 o'clock on this Thursday, December 12th. I'm Art Franklin.
And I'm Alyssa Rothermick. Thanks for joining us. Here's a look at the stories making headlines this morning.
Alarming new numbers this morning on teen vaping.
It is shocking, and I think we have not even begun to see the generational impact.
Kids now vaping as young as middle school age.
Plus, making a child's dreams come true. CBS 42 partnering with the Make-A-Wish Foundation to help transform lives, one wish at a time.
And if you're still on the hunt for that perfect outfit for your holiday party, you can now wear Popeye's insanely popular chicken sandwich on a sweater.
How'd you like that under your tree?
I'm going to order two, one for you and one for me.
And we'll wear it in together. We'll get to those stories and much more coming up in just a moment.
But let's check in with Storm Team meteorologist Nate Harrington for First and 42 weather and traffic back to back. You want one too, Nate?
Wait, didn't we have the Popeye's chicken sandwich bathing suit?
Yeah, now we got the sweater.
Would you prefer that one?
I just like the sandwich. Let's keep it off of apparel. Good night. Clouds will be moving in later on today. We're clear this morning, kind of chilly, but soggy as we go through our Friday. Unfortunately, kind of a dreary end to our week, but the weekend looking pretty nice. We're going to get rid of the cloud cover. We'll see more sunshine for Saturday and for Sunday, and warming temperatures too. Numbers, no, not really warm this morning. 30 right on the dot. Tuscaloosa, Gadsden, 34 Anniston, 36 in Birmingham, and 34 right now in Alabaster. As we look at the bus stop forecast this morning, it's clear and cold. For the bus stop or for the bus ride home, not too bad. Cloud cover and temperatures in the 50s. We'll talk about the transition day today into more rainfall for tomorrow. That's in your forecast. Right now, Michelle's got a look at real-time traffic for us.
All right, that's when fashion goes too far. Keep the sandwiches off the shirts, people. All right, taking a live look here in Birmingham. Traffic on the Red Mountain Expressway looking as good as ever. Traffic really flowing nicely on both sides of the road there. And check it out, this wide view of our maps showing no accidents, no big time slowdowns as you head out the door this morning. Our traffic alert unit just near the 5920 459 interchange in McCalla this morning, where it's still looking dark and early out there with a light flow of traffic. Here are those 459 travel times at this moment. Hoover to McCalla will take you just 12 minutes. Back to you.
Michelle, thanks a lot. New this morning, Alabama now has more than a dozen lung disease cases related to vaping. That is according to the Alabama Department of Public Health.
And according to local law enforcement, many of the users are teenagers. CBS 42 News reporter Hillary Simon live in the newsroom with details on how this product is growing in schools. Hillary?
Yeah, Alyssa and Art, those at the Shelby County Sheriff's Office says they were pretty shocked to see that Alabama now has 13 lung disease cases that are associated with e-cigarettes and vaping. We also had our first reported death linked to vaping back in October. But what's concerning our law enforcement is that kids as young as middle school are vaping. According to the Alabama Department of Public Health, vaping is causing respiratory issues, nausea, abdominal pain, and more. Captain Clay Hammock with Compact 2020 says the products inside vaping are nicotine and tobacco, which is a common misconception that it's not. But he says teens are getting creative and they're putting other dangerous products in it.
We see students now consuming marijuana, very traditional marijuana, but in concentrated oil form. We've seen marijuana concentrates as high as 92%. Compare that to the plant material that traditionally contained between 3 to 5% THC to upwards of 92% THC in some of these vapes. That no longer induces a light euphoric high.
Captain Hammock says these products are especially dangerous to teens since their brains are still developing. He also made a point that we don't know the long-term effects of these products since they haven't been on the market for that long. Now, Hammock says parents need to educate their kids. Also, a reminder, it's against the law to purchase or use these products if you're under the age of 19. Hammock says school resource officers have been diligently looking for students using these to get them to stop. Live in the newsroom, Hillary Simon, CBS 42 News, local coverage you can count on.
Hillary, thank you.